Okay, guys, so real quick. Intel has earnings coming up tomorrow after the market close. And I want to really quickly look at some levels, look at the chart, show you what I'm looking at. And this is not to say get into calls or get into puts. It's just to look at the charts, give you some levels, and give you a little bit of information to take with you. Alright, now the very first thing is I'm on this daily time frame really quickly, and the first thing that I noticed on here is we might be got ourselves a little bit of a cup and handle here. Okay, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to bring this in. If you don't know what a cup and handle is, a cup and handle is a bullish signal. Okay, it looks like a little teacup, and you get the cup where the price curves. You get a handle, which we have here and right here, and then you will likely get a breakout above this handle and the price goes up. And that's pretty much what we're looking at right here, right about now on this daily. Now, sometimes you kind of have to, you'll see it on higher time frames, but if you go to a lower time frame, you'll just see more candles. And you can see here, it made a nice little breakout outside of that there. So if you were on a daily and you caught this thing, let's just say on Tuesday, going back to Friday, you may have caught this and there would have been a move opportunity there for you. Now, why am I saying that? Because I didn't catch it. I did not catch this cup and handle on Intel. Okay, so I was sitting here looking through it and I saw it tonight. So just a little quick lesson in between what I want to show you guys. All right, so cup and handle here, handle, and the breakout has taken place. Now with earnings coming up, last earnings, if you watch my Intel overview trade that I did where I was showing you guys that this was a 10K trade that I did on Intel. And so very, very nice play. It was an earnings play and a setups play. It was like a half and half thing, kind of like a 60-40 as I would say, on me playing earnings and then also me playing on a setup that I spotted on the charts. Okay, so right now we are sitting, we closed at 54.26, and right I want to say tomorrow that if they decide they want to bring the price down, which is a high possibility. Remember, Intel doesn't make massive increments unless something take place that can kind of rally the stock up. Maybe $4 on a day, $5 on a day. All right. And in this case, we did see a nice $4 move on this thing, and it pushed on up to this 54. This is where I am looking to see if they will retest right up in this little area here. Okay, you guys see here at about 50.32, and the reason I'm looking at that is to see if they refill this fair value gap here. You may have even heard of it as a FVG. Okay, that's just basically saying we get this massive upside or downside candle with no candles that just kind of look like this. You know, we up and down making our way. It's just one long candle, and it gives you a fair value gap. And so they too get filled like common gaps on the chart. So one to watch. I want to see if they can bring it back down to 50.32 before we go higher. If they can bring it down to 50.32 and hold it up, of course, we can see this thing push back higher where they retest here. We might have a target around 52 and then another target around 54 and then to those other older highs, okay? But it comes back to 50.32 and it breaks below that, I would set a target at around 46.80 as the next level that they would attempt to retest, okay? Just by this little area up in here. All right, came down, we rejected here, we pushed back, we rejected again, and we came down again, but we finally broke. Once a resistance is broken, it becomes support. Once support is broken, it becomes resistance. Okay, and so it had a nice little support break here, and so breaking below that will open the door for that lower level at around 46.70. And it might not be exact, but it will attempt to come back down there. And if it breaks below 46.70, then it will definitely come lower. And I would look at this area at around $44.07 approximately, right up in here. Okay, well, we had this little break here would be the next level down that I would be looking at. All right, but If this thing decides to wants to go higher, let's go up to the weekly time frame, only so that we can take some candles off and see those levels much quicker. All right, breaking above this 54.25 where it broke, where it pushed up to, I would be looking at around this area here at around 56, right where these wicks are, 56.08. Okay, you guys see this here? We got those little plays here. Got it here, here again, here, here, here. Boom. Out of that, that would be the next level of resistance at around that $56 level. Above 56, I would target around 58, 59 area up in here at this top. Breaking above that, of course, we go higher. Okay, so just a few things to watch. Now, let's go back to that 4-hour time frame and let's look at some things across the board. That RSI, where the RSI closed out on the 4-hour time frame is at 70. Well, let's go back over. It's 80. Let's go back. It's at 80. That RSI is at 80. That's just basically saying the thing is completely overbought and it's giving some bearish sentiments there to say, hey, it's overbought. It's at 80. It can come back down. That's one of those reasons why I'm looking forward to retest the downside on that part. Now, let's look at that daily time frame. And it's likely about 70, 80 there as well. So we're going to come to this candle. It's at 76 on the daily. Let's go to the lower time frame and see just how much it's showing across the board. Here, it's sitting at 72, completely and extremely overbought. So this is one of those reasons why I am looking for a downside move too on this thing on Thursday. Now, we might be working with ourselves a little bit of a double top here, all depending on how this thing make its move from here, hit that resistance again, and can come back down, retest 50, opportunity there, okay? All depending on how it opens up tomorrow. So I want to highly encourage you guys to watch that pre-market for INTC. Watch these levels that I pretty much showed you guys. See what holds up, see what doesn't, and just take into consideration if you decide to trade and hold, keep earnings in mind. And before we close this out, let me go here and let's read this really quickly. INTC will report earnings tomorrow with analysts expecting a 6% revenue drop to $13.4 billion and adjusted earnings of 8 cents per share. Intel stock is up 23% this year so far, and it's up 123% over the past year. Look, if you are in my school community, you will know we have been playing Intel since this thing was down at $23. Okay, $23. Let's go to that daily time frame, and I'm going to show you the very first trade plan that I put in my school community for Intel was this here. Okay, you see this? We kind of had ourselves a bull pennant. But what happened was, you see this gap? This is when NVIDIA invested their $5 billion into Intel, and this thing surged up. Amazing, amazing trade. I covered that trade on my channel. I covered my 10K trade that I did with Intel on my channel and in my school community as well. So this thing has been amazing. We've been rocking with this thing since it was $30 cheaper. Let's see how this thing goes, okay? So this was just something to watch, something to keep in mind if you decide you're going to trade Intel, and just some levels that you can watch. It's definitely has some downside opportunity and upside opportunity, but I'm mostly bearish on it very short term, because with earnings coming up, with the recent rally, RSI is kind of giving us bearish sentiments to come down some more before they decide to make a rally on this thing. So we shall see. And that's all I have for you guys. That's what I wanted to share. And I will see you guys on the next